So a couple of little tips for this piece. First thing, for my edition here, I have the third string tuned down to F sharp. So you can just do that by checking it with your F sharp on the fourth string and putting those into unison there. And this is kind of the original lute tuning, right? So lutes would tune that third string down a semitone like that. And although you don't have to do that for this piece, because there's other editions that don't tune down, such as like the Royal Conservatory one, it's useful to get used to it because there's a huge wealth of lute music that tunes down like this. And the music was designed like that. Like the people that wrote the music played with that kind of tuning, so it's very beneficial sometimes. Not as much in this piece, but overall it's very beneficial, so you want to get used to it. Even for this piece, I think it is helpful though. Couple of tips for the piece. Keep your playing a little light and bouncy for this work, and don't be afraid to articulate a little bit. If you want to just detach that slightly, rather than, you could do either way, or I just like that kind of light, bouncy feeling for this kind of Elizabethan music. So let's just go through the piece and just talk about it a little bit. Feel free to play it at any speed, of course. It sounds good at slower speeds. You'll hear when the first time I played it, I'm doing some ornaments, which just takes the primary note, like the F sharp in bar 2, and just adds that upper auxiliary for the trill. So just a little hammer on and pull off. So just get that nice and light and crisp. So nice 4-bar phrases in this piece, and you just want to make sure that you end off the phrase with a little bit of relaxation. Making sure that's one idea. This next little rhythm is a little bit tough, but it does make sense. That first little dotted figure might feel a little bit weird at first, but just treat it as a little gesture. It's really kind of charming in its own way, right? So just get the character that you want for it, and then put it in the context of the rhythm, and it'll work out. Also, if it disrupts a little bit, that's okay, because right afterwards you get this really nice cadence where you get to relax again. So it'll make sense. I had one slur in there. I don't always like to add slurs in Renaissance music, but in this particular case, just because it's such a fast little passage, I just added to that open string. And it kind of has the additional effect of getting rid of the ping of open strings. The guitar has so much like attack for open strings that doing a slur there is a little bit helpful. That part's a little bit challenging, but it works out really well, especially with this tuning. And then just stay in second position for a second. It's pretty straightforward. There's open strings for all of these. So the shifts should work out smoothly. Overall, a really charming, short little work by Dowland. Really great little piece for students or professionals alike. And get the free sheet music. I also have an edition that includes the original French tablature, so you can kind of take a look at French tablature. In French tablature, the letter A represents open strings, letter B represents the first fret, C the second fret, D the third fret, etc., etc. So it's just like modern tablature, except letters instead of numbers. So, but like I said, you can also buy a modern tablature version off the site as well, but the French tablature and the notation version is free, so enjoy.